If you'd like to sponsor Still Got Game, give us a call at 773-527-2961 or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. Hey now, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Still Got Game, episode 538. Still Got Game is the official podcast of tooltoplay.com. I am, as always, Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am Chris Selden007 Selden.
I'm Brian Shadow Emmerich.
It's nice of Selden to join us, Shadow.
Yeah, I just wanted to also reach out to our wonderful fan base and just let you know, Joel Dude I Rock Albert is still not on the show this week. So even though the headline still says Joel Dude I Rock Albert, he's not here this week. So maybe next week he'll be back.
Maybe. You never know.
I mean, it's been...
Since episode 500.
Yeah.
38 whole episodes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Any day now.
Yeah. Any day when we get to 600. Yes.
We'll have Tiff back then too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. But maybe we'll get her back before. Who knows? Well, we'll probably get her back after PAX East, our usual show.
If you yell real loud, she could be on right now.
I have all the doors closed from my office and the top of the stairs because they were working on some math stuff. So,
and math stuff gets loud.
It does, yes. But why don't we just jump right in the show? If you're in chat right now and you want us to discuss something, drop it in chat and we'll try to work it in the show. Otherwise, we'll hit the mailbag for feedback and questions from our last episode. And remember, if you want to leave us a voicemail like Selden used to back in the day, it will cut you off after a minute. Let's see. Game and as long comments. I appreciated your answer to the question last episode about LANs and other such events. Based on that, I went to a local comic shop that was hosting a board game event on Wednesday, made a bunch of new friends, and went out for beers after. Thanks.
They were allowed to go out for beers afterwards?
Yeah. Wasn't past their bedtime. No, that's...
I'm going out for beers with this guy I just met at the game night.
That's how you do it. I mean, I would say in-person stuff's probably more low-tech games these days, so because everything else just online. I mean, you could definitely meet people to do gaming, I guess. Like maybe you both had a Switch. Maybe you're Derek and you have two Switches and you can just play together with your Switches in person.
Or you don't play at all. Yeah.
Yeah, or that too. You just let them collect dust, whatever.
Yep.
I mean, we got a couple outfits around me. Like, I don't want to plug them because they're not a sponsor, but they're one that's in a semi-truck trailer that they drive around, and another one that's actually a dedicated gamer space that they host like parties and stuff like that. That they've tried to do like weekly night games. It just doesn't work.
Now, they're more the semi-truck.
They're more set up for like teenager party type things or something like that, where they're.
It'd be great to see if they can get here going, so. Where they drive it in, like to your house and you can have a birthday party, that kind of thing. Yep.
They try, but it's more like the moms that want to get that for their kids for their birthday party type thing. And otherwise, it just doesn't work out too well for like everybody wants to sit home on their couch and play video games now.
Or in their chair.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, for video game wise, if it's like board games and stuff, I mean, we have a place in your West called Games Plus that just has this whole entire back room that you can just, buy a game or bring a game and just play it on the back room with a bunch of people. Like if you want to set up, I'm sure they have situations where you can set stuff up and then leave it and then come back. I would imagine. Like if you want to play Gloomhaven or something.
That wouldn't work here in New York. That shit would be gone.
Well, no, I mean, they have good owners there that would definitely
keep an eye on things.
Keep an eye on things. It's just all cool local gamers, but it's not video games. It's board games.
Well, at least this person found someone and took our advice. So
for sure. It's awesome.
All right, next up, R2D22222222 asks.
Too many twos. 1, 2, too many twos.
Close enough.
Anyways.
When did you realize that you could be the mouthpiece of an entire generation of gamers? I had never heard of Tool to Play, but then saw D-Smooth's panel at PAX Prime in 2010. I have not missed an episode of this show since and have survived all of the name changes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Wasn't me. It was you.
I realized from a very young age that no.
That I was going to be the mouthpiece of a generation.
The voice of a generation.
It's
Derek
either that or rule the
Nunn.
world. And I said, you know what? I want to talk about video games instead.
Yeah, I'm pretty high on myself, but I would not say I'm the mouthpiece of an entire generation. like I have an ego, but I don't think I'm the mouthpiece of an entire generation.
Well, the older gamer generation. What else is there? I don't know.
Yeah, see,
Probably
true.
the biggest older gamer site.
True.
I mean, it used to be at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't go to sites anymore.
No, we were over 50,000 members at our peak, and then people were like, "Oh, what's this social media that the kids are into?" And then shit got spread out. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Gonna do? Yep. Still got this.
Yes, exactly. So, all right. Next up, Charisma Devil asks, "What credence do you give to all of the Switch 2 rumors and leaks flooding gaming news sites lately? Being that accessory manufacturers now have the full-on specs, are they more credible? How different do you think things will be when the full reveal happens in March?"
I think that I think they're probably spot on. I would imagine that they wouldn't want to change it too much and they want to have all the accessories pretty much work because they've said it's backwards compatible. So I think it's probably true. It's just Nintendo's going to do what Nintendo does and, whatever. But I think that, it could be March. It could be before then. They said fiscal year, which ends like March 31st. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be March. Could be any day sooner. Now. Who knows? Yeah. I think they're getting sick. I mean, maybe they're not, but I would, if I were them, I would be getting sick of all these like leaks and stuff. I would just be like, all right. But they also don't want to be shown to be pushed to do it. So
that's true too. Yeah, it's like the same thing happens.
I think Apple. Their lawyer team is pretty happy with having to travel all around the world, putting cease and desists on everybody. So
yeah, that's true. That's getting old.
Their legal team has got to be busy as hell trying to squash everything that comes out. So
yeah.
But yeah, I would.
But do I think it's going to change much from what we've seen leak wise? I don't think it's going to be much different. I think it's going to be pretty much standard what we've been seeing and what we've seen previously about what the Switch 2 is going to look like and specs on it. I think it's pretty online with everything that we've seen before. So,
yeah. My only thing is, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, my only thing is, I don't know how well it's going. I mean, it's going to sell, but I think for parents that don't know much about gaming at all, they're going to see two things next to each other and they're just going to be like, well, these look identical and this is like $200 cheaper, whatever it is. Why would I buy this other thing? So either they're going to just stop cold turkey, like stop selling the Switch and start selling Switch 2 as like the main console and everything else just going to get clearanced, or it's got to be a different enough looking or different enough sounding that you can tell them apart. Because the Wii and the Wii U, that was a big problem. Because parents had no idea.
But they look totally different.
All the different Game Boys they put out, and the DSs.
The only thing they looked different about was
like the previous generation. Like
the only thing looked different with the Wii U was the controller. There's the screen, but the actual system looked almost identical. So you're like,
I guess, yeah.
What's the difference? So
with little Timmy yelling in their ear, "I want that one!" They're gonna get the right one. I think.
I do agree with those that have said that the reason they haven't said anything about it yet is because they didn't want to announce anything before Christmas and make people not buy Switches for Christmas.
Very
so
true.
They didn't say anything about it. So if you heard, oh well, this new one's going to be coming out in like a couple months, why would I buy this? I'm just going to wait. That way they got their last Christmas push for Switch and now that's done. And they may, I don't know, they may just say, okay, now everything's just Switch 2 and we're discontinuing the Switch.
But they would have already had to shut down manufacturing to make that work.
Yeah, they may have. Who knows? I don't know.
That's true too.
Do you know?
No, I have not been over in all these manufacturing facilities, so no, I do not know. But
all right.
And last but certainly not least, Altius asks, did any of you see anything of interest shown at CES? A lot of huge announcements across electronics as a whole, but still plenty of gaming ones.
Yeah, so I kind of went through an overview of what they showed, and first off, the graphics cards that are coming out, the new 5090, 5080, fifty
Yep.
seventy, 5070 Ti. Um, I mean that's kind of like 2020 all over again for me. It seems like I didn't really follow the 4000 series at all, and I don't honestly don't have a my PC is very old, but I bought cards back in the 3000 times. I
Yep.
think it was
Yep.
a 3090, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I bought those cards and sold them to people who wanted them back then
Nice.
because that's what everyone was doing.
Yep.
Um,
The
but I haven't bought
5090
anything
is
since then.
not, you're not going to be able to flip that at $2,000. That's an
No,
expensive graphics card.
although the I think the 3090s or was it 3090s or was it 4090s? 3090s probably. Anyway, they I mean they were $1,500. You could get like 3 grand for them back then. So
Okay,
I don't know.
maybe. Maybe.
But that was back in the times when crypto was
Yes,
mining
you could
was
still mine. Yes, yep,
huge.
yep, yep,
So it's not gonna be like that anymore, which is good.
yes,
I
yep.
think that I will probably eventually get a 5070, like the base 5070, because right now I have like nothing. So if I'm getting a 5070, that's gonna be a massive jump in what I can do. So that sounds good to me. And it's only $500, so or 550, which is not that bad compared to what I spent on mine, like I don't know, 10 years ago or
Yeah.
whatever it was. But it's an AT, it's a AMD, right? AMD? I don't know. It's a Sapphire Radian.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still rock a 3090. So, no.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
I
What they
just
had GPUs. Go ahead.
yeah, it's just like I just the whole that's one of the reasons why I got more into console gaming over PC gaming early on because I got tired of fucking dropping all this money on constantly having to upgrade pieces and parts of the computer.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I hate when they introduce new cards because then everything previously gets obsoleted pretty quickly.
Well, plus now you've got the stuff like the Steam stuff, or blanking
Streaming
on the name.
stuff.
Steam the handheld.
Yeah.
Steam Deck
Um Steam
and
Deck.
the ROG
And the
Ally.
Raga Ally and all that stuff. And so that can you can get that for what, $800, and that's
Yeah,
like almost like just if you're a casual gamer or even if you're semi-hardcore and you just don't need
yeah,
like the best stuff, that's like just like buying a PC to play on.
yeah,
Basically, it's $800 instead of building one for 2 grand or whatever you're gonna do with that. So,
yeah.
and speaking of that, we got Acer Nitro Blaze coming out, which is 11-inch gigantic, like a Steam Deck type
Oh, that thing
thing,
is huge. Yes.
huge. But that you could see they had like the new Switch that is supposedly going to have the magnetic
Joy
sides
Cons.
on it.
Yep, yep.
Joy-Cons. It has that, I think. So you just like press a button and it releases them. That thing is huge. It's just like buying a huge like an iPad and just sticking some controllers on it on the sides,
Exactly.
but
Yes. Yep. Yep.
which great. I mean, if you can
Yep.
play a lot of stuff. The Lenovo Legion Go S is like a smaller kind of a Ally, I guess.
Yep.
Similar, something like that, which
Mm,
looks great. Also 700 bucks ish, so a little bit less.
yep.
And yeah, so all that, and then what? Razer Project Ariel, that's gamer chair that they're showing
Yeah.
off. If you
Razor's always got
care about
something. Yes. Yep.
gamer, if you care about gamer chairs, which I don't have any really room for a gaming desk, so not really my
I'm
thing.
sitting in the
But
gaming chair right now. So yeah.
there you go. Yeah, it looks cool, but
Yeah.
the Asus ROG Swift, the next OLED gaming monitor, looks
Yep.
really nice. If you like monitors, if you need a monitor,
Yeah. This was the
cool.
year of OLED monitors. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. OLED monitors were really an issue in the past because of image retention, but I
Yes.
think they've
Exactly. Yep.
somewhat fixed that because image retention isn't a huge deal for TVs because you're not going to be watching the exact same thing all the time. But like PCs, if you have the desktop up there, it's going to be in the same
Yep.
spot all the time.
Yep.
So
Yep.
could be a
Uh,
problem. But
unless on the
speaking of
TV you're always watching like CNN or something, and it always has that
Yeah,
logo. Yes. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
true. But that's what screensavers are for, I guess. Still, though, it's not a great idea. But I guess they must have fixed that. So,
Yeah.
um, also the new OLEDs that are coming out with LG have wireless HDMI that's like they can send like full HDMI 4K to the panel from a box that you can plug into whatever external stuff you have, gaming systems or whatever,
Yep.
um, and just stream it directly to it. So you could have and I'm sure they've made stuff like this in the past, but it's never been great. Sounds like this
Yeah,
is like pretty flawless, which is awesome because you could have like a wallpaper TV and then just have your stuff somewhere else. And you
that's
could
true.
probably even install a panel behind the wall so you got power so it's right up against there. And it's just like having it flat on the wall, looks like there's nothing plugged into it, and then just stream whatever you want to there, which that's the next level for that stuff. That's what I've been waiting for that sort of thing. I mean, for me, it's not a huge deal because of our setup, but I think that's great. That's new. I knew that's where we were going.
Yeah, even my big 8K TV only has a single cable that goes to the TV, and everything goes through the power and all the HDMI 2.1 video sources and everything else. So this is the next iteration of going from a single cable to no cable. So, yeah.
Yeah.
How about 3D TVs? Did they have anything at CES?
Wise guy. Actually, speaking of TVs at CES, though, I saw this one company has a portable rechargeable, and one was 55 inches, and I think the other was 75. And it's a TV that you can charge and take with you, and you put it up
Roll it up,
against the
fold it up, and put it in
wall.
your pocket?
You put it up against the wall, and you push a button. It tells you when it's level, and once it's level, you press another button, and it suction cups it to the wall. And it has no
Wallpaper
cords,
TV?
nothing, and you just take it with you. So you're gonna go to someone's house. You want your own TV, hook on their wall, boom, you got your own thing, and you can game with your friends. So
And
I
how
thought
do
Sounds
it
you
like
was
something
charge
that'd
it?
be perfect for like an RV that you could just pop out on the side of the RV and just suck it up there and
oh yeah,
set
like
up.
on the outside, yeah, as long as the
Yeah.
surface is
Yeah.
flat, yeah.
How do you charge it though?
USB.
So it does have a wire. Okay.
Well,
To
but
charge it, yeah.
it doesn't
Now
have
while
to
you're
be
not
there
while
when
you're
it's on the
watching it.
wall. Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how long
Uh,
that would last though. I wonder how
I
big
think
it is.
I think they said it was like 30 hours.
Really?
But yeah, so
Dang.
that was
All
one
right.
of the cooler things I saw. And I was going to talk about the 5090 and its absurd price. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot out of CES. So
I mean, if you think about the 3090s, those were 1500. So 2 grand, 5 years later, it isn't that crazy. But
I guess not. No. No.
and nobody needs that.
Probably
I mean,
not. No.
it has like what 20,000 CUD tetrahexyl, whatever the hell they're called.
Yeah,
It's a lot of stuff, but
yeah, pretty high end.
oh, something else. There was one thing someone mentioned, which isn't on this thing I'm reading, which I did watch. That something else was something to do with Atari that came out or that's coming out. Did you read anything about that? There's like a Atari, maybe like a handheld or something that plugs in and
I did not
it's
see
sort of
that.
like,
No.
yeah, I need to,
yeah, whoever owns the Atari brand now has been pumping a lot of different things. Like they've had the
yeah,
console, the mini console, the
They had the
different
speaker
versions.
hats.
Yeah. So
yeah. They've been really like somebody bought them and then they've been really doing a lot of stuff with Game Station Go portable console.
Mm,
So it looks like a Switch basically without detachable controllers, and I think you can plug it into TV too. But whoever was looking at it said they thought it was pretty cool. So it's
nice.
$150.
That's
Looks
pretty
like a
cheap.
Switch, plays Atari games, probably plays new stuff too. So
Pretty
yeah,
much a throwaway. Like you just buy it, don't even think about it. So yeah,
right. You buy it
you
and you
could
put
own
it in the
two of them and never
box.
play them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It has a number pad on it on the right side. That's weird.
Weird, like a ColecoVision,
Is
or
that going to be like
a
the Intellivision
Yeah.
integration?
Intellivision or a
Yeah, it
ColecoVision.
looks
Yes,
like it. Maybe
yeah.
some games need numbers, and so they. Oh, because like 7800, didn't they have a number
Oh, that did
pad
have a num. Yeah, it did. Yep, yep. So that
on the controller?
so it's probably covering all the generations. So
Yeah,
yeah, nice.
yeah. All
All
right.
right. Well, if any of you guys have great questions like these, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. And on that, why don't we hop on over into what we're playing? Selden, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing Indiana Jones, of course. Been loving that game. That's easily going to be like one of the best games of the year. It didn't get into the earlier ones for some reason, but the last year's Game Awards, I don't think. But because it came out after the Game Awards, I guess. But
Yes.
loving that
Yeah.
game. It's a throwback to a lot of the classic puzzle solving type of games. You can play through the mission. You're probably done with the game like in 2 hours. But if you do the side missions and all the map quests and stuff like that, there's lots of stuff that you could probably get. It's just taking me forever to get through each different chapter of the game, I guess you could say. But I'm having a blast with it, trying to figure out a little Indiana Jones type puzzle. So good times on that.
Nice.
And then been playing a little bit of that card battling game Balatro.
Oh,
I finally
yes.
broke down and picked it up on the Xbox. And pretty fun. It is definitely
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. It's a mind bender, and there's a lot of luck involved, and there's a lot of skill involved, and
there's definitely strategy involved. And
yeah,
I'll tell you right now that anytime I see that stupid King's Quest with the one that comes up that any card that refills your hand is turned over upside down that you never get to see, I'm like, fuck. I'm done.
Well, see, that's
just randomly play cards and hope you get enough points. So.
Or you just discard all of them. Yep.
But it's definitely a good game. If it deserved all the accolades it got, I don't know if it really deserved all of them. It's definitely entertaining, but I don't know if it was, as good as what they were saying in the award shows. But that's just me.
You sound crazy. Yeah, I agree.
This just goes back to I have a big problem with the award show. It's not an award show. It's how much money can the publishers throw at you type show. So.
It's Jeff Keighley padding his pockets.
Yes, anything that Keighley says is this, and this is the best of. I was like, nope, don't agree. Nope, don't agree. Nope, there's no way. Nope.
It's a wonder he can even talk with the
amount of money that's coming out of his pockets.
Shit.
I was going to say with Hideo Kojima's dick down his throat.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
But I mean, that's typical of all award shows. It's it's not necessarily the best of. It's the who paid the price to get there. So, but that's all I got. What about you, Brian? What have you been playing?
Also playing some more indie. I'm in the third section of the game out of 3, which
in the swamps.
Yeah. Which I don't agree that it's 2 hours for the whole game to go through all this stuff.
But no, if you just do a straight up.
I don't even think you can mainline it in 2 hours.
You could probably blast through that in no time.
There's still a lot of puzzles and stuff you'd have to do to get there. But anyway, it's really fun. Like I mentioned last week, which you didn't hear, but I've talked about it for a while extensively. So I won't go over it again, but I really like it. I haven't finished it yet because I've been playing some other stuff. I've been watching some movies, so I sort of put it on the back burner for now. But I don't want to blow through it right away because it's a great game. So definitely buy it. Definitely play that in Game Pass or buy it if you don't have Game Pass. I also played some more. I finished up Still Wakes the Deep, which is one of the Game Pass games that I started and finished that 100% that. It's the one where it's the guys on the rig in the ocean and the monster attacks, and they have to figure out. This guy has to figure out how to get out of there, which was good. 100% that. Finished that up, and I've been playing Open Road, which is it's just a story game that's super short. That's on Game Pass, and it's just a girl and her mom so far. And it's just a road trip to figure out some mystery with her grandma, and it's more of just hey, I want to have some achievements and I want to just have something so totally chill, and I'm still on my achievement streak from I'm still on the streak from August, so I'm like 140 days or something like that. So
it's fucked up, man.
I'm like, I can just pop one of those achievements every day. If I don't want to play a bunch of games, I'll just go on there, pop one real quick because they're all easy. And then so yeah, it's something like almost to like 600 achievements, I think, in the last 4 months.
That's
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Still someday I'll be on a trip and I won't be able to log in or whatever, and then it'll stop. But till then, still working on it. So how about you, Derek?
I'm the same as last week. I played Call of Duty, a shitload of that, and Balatro in my spare time when I wasn't working in Call of Duty. So both still awesome. Love them both. Just cranking through, working my way through the prestiges in Call of Duty. So yeah.
That last prestige is going to be a bitch.
It is
So
1,000
what,
levels.
1,000 levels? Yeah,
Yep,
that's just to keep you playing till next November.
exactly. Yes,
That's
and
all
I
that
hope I
is.
make
Yeah,
it before next November. So yes.
we'll see.
All right. On that, why don't we hop it over the new releases? First new release out this week is really a game from 2010, but I put it on because Brian loves these. It's Donkey Kong Country Returns HD out for the Switch, and
Yeah.
I have no fucking interest in this at all.
So Donkey
You,
Kong Country I loved as a kid on SNES. And then what? Returns was just basically a remaster, remake of the original one, I think. And that was on
ish.
what, Wii U or Wii?
It was 2010, so that would have probably been Wii
Yeah,
U.
Wii. I think Wii U. I think was 2011. Anyway,
Yeah.
long time ago. So I'm like, oh, this is coming out. Cool. This is something that I will get from the library for free and just play it. And that's why I like having carts occasionally, which is my son might play it. My daughter might play it actually. She's getting into games. She's been playing Minecraft and Among Us, some other
Yeah.
stuff.
Nice,
So,
nice.
but we'll see. Yeah, so I'm excited for this to come out because I do want to. I think it'd be fun to play it through it again, and it looks beautiful. So, yeah.
Right. Fair enough. The other new release out this week is Dynasty Warriors Origins, out for the Xbox, the PlayStation, and the PC. Now, I have never played a single Dynasty Warriors game.
Oh,
Anyone?
No, not really my type of game, I guess. But no, I
No.
haven't played any of them. I have no plans on playing this one either. So
Fair enough.
I don't think I even know what kind of game it is. Is it like a strategy or
Let's
don't
see.
know?
hack and slash.
We can open up the hack and slash.
Hack and slash set in the Dynasty Warrior series, developed by Omega Force and published by Koei Tecmo. The game is scheduled for release on blah 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 on January 17th.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's been positive reviews from the critics.
Yeah, of course. These games are popular, just not among us.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with Among Us, but yeah. All right. Well, on that, why don't we hop on over to gaming news? If you're in chat, you want us to discuss something, drop it in chat, and we'll try to work it in. Otherwise, I'll just take the first story. Fortnite Festival adds local co-op so that you can relive the glory days of Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Now, this is like we've been saying over the last, well, ever since Fortnite Festival came out and then they started selling guitars for it and everything else. This is, love or hate Fortnite, they are bringing back the music game as this little within Fortnite thing. And I think it's cool. Just remember the days when you would hang out and play Rock Band or Guitar Hero, or like we did over the Christmas holiday here in the Nolan house, little DJ Hero. It's fun to play something co-op with someone else in the room, and you're both fucking rocking and rolling and on fake instruments, and I think this is fantastic. And it's gonna bring that music rhythm genre co-op thing to a whole new generation of people that missed out on the Rock Band and the Guitar Hero era. So I'm all for this. But
Yeah.
I'd rather they just come out with a Guitar Hero game and get us our instruments back, and so I can show how poorly I play plastic instruments.
I
I'm
know a lot
actually
of people
pretty
love
good
this
with them.
stuff. So
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love this stuff, so it's good to have. I'm glad because a ton of people still want it around, and they should have it be available because a lot of the stuff you can't play anymore just because of the compatibility, backwards compatibility, or with the instruments or what have you. So that's awesome.
And today's music sucks, so there's no good new music in it. So
No. Selden showing his age here.
Just sitting in my chair
well,
in the porch and a hose. Get off
those
my lawn.
kids, those kids,
You stupid
they don't know what's
pop
good.
music.
All right.
There wasn't pop music back then.
Next story.
All right. Reports that Bungie's Project Gummy Bears is transferred to a new PlayStation team. As we all know, back last year at some point, Bungie got less control of its own company as Sony kicked in their little contract things. They laid off a bunch of employees, but they ended up hiring those employees back within Sony, some of them. And this game was put on hold back at that point. Um, at some point, they decided to move this title over to the PlayStation team internally, and I guess they're continuing to develop it. Gummy Bears, from what I remember reading earlier, it's a MOBA
MOBA?
type of game.
Yeah, that's what
It's
I remember too.
you know,
yeah.
they're delving. This would be Bungie's first real attempt at getting into that Dota 2 type of game format. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's definitely outside of the original Bungie scope of type of games that they're putting out.
Marathon and Halo and Destiny.
It'll be interesting to see what it comes out as. Gummy Bears is kind of a cool name, but I don't think it has anything to do with Gummy Bears. I think it's just a code name, probably
so
over top
too,
of it.
yes.
Because yeah,
but
But,
really
yeah.
weird to be like, I'm going to play Gummy Bears with my friends. It's hardcore. Yeah.
I mean, it's good that they're like, because there's been a long period of time where all these titles are getting canceled, and a lot of hours were put into these games. So it's good to see that this game's still got life, possibly, and they're still working on developing it, and didn't just throw it to the wayside and all that work those people, those artists and creators did to make this game. So hopefully it comes out. It's pretty good. It is, on Sony, so hopefully if they're going to put it out, they put it on Sony and PC. I don't think we'll have a chance to see it on Xbox, most likely, because Sony doesn't like to play that way. But we'll see.
All right.
Yeah, it is weird to have stuff locked on PlayStation from Bungie. Just weird.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, in the Destiny era, they already had like exclusives on tons of the weapons for a whole year, and
there's raids that weren't available.
Raids that you couldn't get. Yes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So it's been that way since the Destiny era. But yeah.
I don't think anything that Microsoft has bought that was multiplat has been crippled. I don't believe.
Back in the day, well, no, they're not things they bought, but like if you think about Tomb Raider, that game was exclusive to the Xbox for a whole year before, even though it was Square Enix, before it went to PlayStation. So they played the same game. I just wish nobody would play that game.
But
yeah,
Microsoft is playing in a different way now. They're open. They're more open. They're more sharing. They're getting stuff out because they know where the more titles they can sell, the more money they're going to make. So
yeah,
and it's better for gamers all over that they can all play the game. So
Sony still seems to think that exclusivity is what's making them more money somehow. I don't understand that. I guess the only way that would make them more money is if they're making a lot of money on consoles, because you have to buy a console to play the game. So then that's where they make the money. I don't think they're making a ton of money on consoles.
No, it's probably low margin on all these still, because especially just now they did the Pro, and that has yet to go through a COGS reduction. That's cost of goods reduction. So that's got to be right at the brink of profit there, and they're just trying to double dip the market, because the people that already wanted a PS5 Pro had a PS5. So now they're going to buy the Pro, and they're double dipping for that segment. There's no one that was like, I'm not getting a PS5. Oh, but I'll get this super expensive PS5 Pro. Like, that's not that's not a
true.
thing. Yeah. So
and they're probably dumping their old PS5s into the market, so then people are buying used ones. They're not buying new ones, and then Sony doesn't get the new ones sold.
Or they're just keeping them.
Maybe
like
they might throw them in a closet, and
they
might throw them in a closet and let them collect dust. But it just seemed, I'm trying to figure out what their game is. Like, they think that it's just they want to have bragging rights for exclusives, or I don't get it. But whatever. I mean, I guess they're fine. They're doing fine because they've sold like double, I think, systems than the Xbox. So.
Yeah.
I mean, the Sony PlayStation players are a culture that I don't get. Like, they're still selling PlayStation 4s or PlayStation 3s like out the roof. Like, they're still recording huge sales on these.
No, they're not selling.
Well, whatever the previous generations, they're selling still, and they're still claiming that like all these people are still playing on these platforms, these old platforms. I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's just I don't understand it.
Nope, I don't either.
because
Why
I mean,
play the old?
Xbox, man, they Microsoft really screwed up with the Xbox One, right? Because they were on top with the 360. If there wasn't for the Red Ring of Death,
Yep.
they would have just blown them away with
Yep.
money. But they had to spend money to fix all that stuff. But they did. They made good on it. But then that sort of evened out there at the end. But then Xbox One just screwed up,
Well,
and that was 12 years ago.
that's
So
crazy. Yep.
I don't know if they'll ever. I mean, Game Pass is going to be the thing now. So system wise, they're never going to have a system that's going to beat anybody because they don't really care about the system anymore. I don't think.
Because
yeah, and
everything's an
the
Xbox
other
now.
metric they used to rate things on was the attach rate on the consoles. Like, Xbox is never going to have that huge attach rate. They're going to have subscription rates at this point. Like, you
Yeah,
still talk about Nintendo, you talk about the attach rate of games on it. You talk PlayStation, you talk about the amount of attached games that people have bought on them. Microsoft is moving to a different realm of competition right now, so it's like
Yeah. Oh,
it's
like
hard to tell anymore who's winning. Even though PlayStation sold 3-1 consoles, it's like, yeah, but did
everybody
you
has their
win?
own metric. Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Like look at back at the Wii. Everyone says the Wii's the most successful console of all time, but the attach rate was like 1.66 because most people just played Wii Sports and that
sports,
was
yeah.
it. They didn't buy additional games. So
They bought
uh
that and then one random Mario game because that's what the
exactly, yes,
consoles
yeah.
were. And that's
Yep.
it.
But to average like less than 2 for an attach rate for an entire generation of consoles is fucked up. So but all right,
yep.
next story.
Rumors. Microsoft will launch Halo Master Chief Collection and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on PlayStation 5 and Switch 2 in 2025, according to a recent report. And that might not be all.
Ooh.
Nate the Hate revealed in his podcast recently that Final
Nate
Fantasy
the
VII yeah,
he's quite
Final
the
Fa-
source.
Nate the Hate. That they're going to be adding
I
Final
want to be
Fantasy VII
Selden the
remake
Hate
to.
or Selden the Slammer. I want to be something. Come on, give me a name. I want to hate everything just like him.
Oh, I'm sure that what's his face can think of names for you if you need them. But it looks like Final Fantasy VII remake might be coming to Xbox next or this year, and to PlayStation 5, Hellblade 2, Age of Mythology, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, um, and maybe on Switch 2, depending. Not sure, but yeah, it just sounds like Microsoft's just sort of getting rid of their exclusivity on most things, if not
Yeah.
all.
Hey, you might as well. If you can sell a copy to someone that couldn't buy a copy before, you might as well.
I mean, they used to just be a software company, and then they got into hardware.
Yep.
And I feel like back then in 2001, a lot of people were like, "Why are you doing this?" And they did pretty well for, about 10 years, and maybe not even, because Xbox didn't do that great. 360 was pretty much it. 2005 to like 2012, that was their heyday. And
Yep.
yeah, I don't know. They're just going like, all right, we're just a software company again. We're just going to buy up all of the publisher or all of the game makers, and then just do that. So
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I have no
There's going to
problem
be a
with
direct.
this. Yeah.
There's going to be a direct event on the 23rd of January. So, and the broadcast will feature a brand new game.
Soon. Selden's gonna play it no matter what.
I'm going to
Is
play the
is
hell out of whatever this unnamed game is.
is Avowed coming out this year or ever? I mean,
Ever is the question. Yeah.
yeah. What was the game that got canceled? Was that Dragon game, the Dragon Scale or something? I don't know.
Oh, it was
It was a
something like
game
that.
like
Yeah, yeah.
it was like 5 years ago. They canceled it finally, even though
Yeah.
they had been talking about it forever. Avowed looks good. Looks like a Skyrim kind of ish game or like a Morrowind. But I did hear. Well, I don't know if this is in the news or not. I don't want to step on anybody's toes.
Yeah.
No, it's not there. So yeah, they're putting out. The rumor is that there's an Oblivion remake coming out,
Yeah.
and there was a group of people making an unofficial remake
Oh yes, yeah, I remember
up
that.
until
Yeah.
recently, and I think this is like an actual official remake. So people are a little concerned that that means that remake that was being made, which may even be better than whatever this is going to be, would be canceled because they'd get like a cease and desist or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we'll see. But that might be announced soon. Maybe the 23rd, maybe before. So
You
keep your eyes
never know.
open. Never know. Next story.
All right, next story. Amazon is canceling Metroid Prime 4 Beyond pre-orders. Now, this is kind of a little bullshitty. Now, granted, they put this up for pre-order in 2017, and it was deep discounted to like 40 something bucks. And then now recently they're like, oh, it's probably not coming out, so we're going to cancel the pre-orders. But we know that it's probably coming out this year, and then you lose that big discount from when you pre-ordered 7-8 years ago.
Of course you do.
And now it's going to be full
shitty.
price. Yeah.
It would make no sense to leave those up. But I'm surprised they didn't get canceled a long time ago.
It
They
would
do
have
stuff
been
like that all the time.
less wonky if they canceled it a long time ago. And now
Yeah.
it just looks fishy. So
Yeah. No,
Well, they'll
it's
be
not-
like, this was just a placeholder and it didn't even have a subtitle, didn't even actually have a game,
that's
So-
true. Yeah, but
it's Metroid with
I
two
get things-
E's.
I get that. Yeah, I get things canceled randomly from Amazon for no reason, just because they change the SKU to a different SKU and it's slightly different, so you have to like rebuy it, even if it's the same price. It's like, oh, we cancel your pre-order. You go back on there. Oh, here it is. It's just in a different spot. I'll buy it again.
that's weird.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
this
do
is like,
occasionally get that with my monthly subscription items that I buy from them.
yeah.
Like sometimes the price will jump like $5 and then it's now in a different pack size, so it canceled it. I was
Yeah.
like, motherfuckers.
Like we don't have this anymore, but here's something similar. It's the exact same thing, but just a tiny bit different.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's fucking subscribe and save. Yeah. Yeah. My
But
my
I
paper
will-
towels
I'll-
change all the time. And I'm like, what? Why don't you have Bounty? Select a size. Like, what the fuck? And then you go look and you're like, oh, now instead of 8 mega rolls, it's like 12 lesser rolls or 6 ultra mega rolls. And you're like,
Yeah.
which do I want? Which fits on my paper towel holder? Like, mega is pretty
Yeah,
much
right.
pushing the limits of my paper towel holder. But yeah,
And you look at it and it's like, it says it's the exact same weight. It's just bigger,
yes.
but it's fewer.
Yep.
All right. Well, whatever.
Yep.
Who cares? But
The price is $17 more.
I will definitely, I'll buy this whenever it comes out, but it's
I'm
going to
sure
be
you will.
$70. It's going to be $70.
Not 46. No.
Not 46. Definitely
Mhm.
not. So, speaking of the Amazon stuff, yeah, like I don't do the subscribe and save because I'm always like, well, what if I don't use enough? And then I keep getting, then I get more, and then it just slowly like overloads me with whatever because I never use the exact same amount. Like I'm gonna just end up like stacks of stuff of this, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna cancel it, but no, because there's 2 things that we get. We get one of the Keurig packs that we like, but we
Mhm.
don't use it the exact same days, exact same time. And I get some Rockstar Zero energy drinks, and I get 12 packs of those. But I don't know. Maybe I'll drink a bunch this week. Maybe I won't next. So I don't really. That kind of makes me anxious to do a subscribe.
No, see, we do
The only
subscribe.
thing I was gonna say, the only thing that makes me anxious is like I'll do a subscribe and save on something, and then I'll cancel it right after that first order. Just I got the discount, and then I
Oh, you
cancel
can
it.
do
I'm like,
that?
I'm like, are they gonna catch me at some point and say, you know what, fucker?
I didn't know you could do that.
Well, the more things you have on subscribe and save, the more percent you save
Percent you
off.
save.
So,
Yeah.
so like we get paper towels every month. We get a dishwasher cleaner, like one of those things you put in the dishwasher and tear off the little plastic tab and it melts the wax and then cleans your dishwasher. Those you use once a month. So you can do it once a month and you're good to go there.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. Like we've canceled a lot over time, and sometimes like with the paper towels, Tiff's like, "Oh, we're running low," and you can just go on there and be like, "Ship it now," and then it changes which month it's associated with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
So-
can
alright.
you can adjust or cancel or stop or
Yep.
re-add at any point. So there's
I
really
don't
no
know.
check. I've never got a warning like, hey, if you cancel this, you can't get it back, or you've canceled too many after your first order.
You're banned now. I don't know what you're talking about with that dishwasher. I know what dishwasher cleaners are, but I don't know about something you tear a piece off. and
So it's a
wax.
plastic thing full of liquid, and you
Never
put it in
seen
the
that.
dishwasher upside down, and it has a little paper tab that you tear off the bottom. You put it on the bottom rack, and you run it on pots and pans, and it's got like a little wax plug in it, and that's what
Oh.
activates it and lets it drain into your dishwashers. Once the water's hot enough, that melts away, and then all that dishwasher cleaning liquid goes down. It cleans your dishwasher for that cycle, and yeah.
I'm assuming you don't put any
I
other
just
dishes
have
in
these
at
little
the same
pucks I
time.
throw
No,
in
no.
there. I have like a little puck or something you just throw in there. It's like a hard thing, and that's just to say having a hard dishwasher puck or whatever you use for your dishes, but
You have that
it's
for
just
clothes
for the
washers
washer.
also? I'm sure they got something like that for
Oh,
clothes
we
washers.
have a washing machine cleaner, but we also do dryer sheets through them. We do laundry detergent through them. These are things that even if you get too many, you're still going to use it at some point, because washing clothes ebbs and flows. Sometimes you're like, oh shit, the holidays are over. We have to wash like 1,100 blankets and shit and put them away, or then you just do your normal weekly laundry.
How many people do you host?
Well, this year it was 11. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, our big thing is, and I know my Amazon driver hates us, but we subscribe and save Hint water. Like we get cases and cases of Hint water every month.
Oh, jeez.
And it's like, and they're heavy fucking boxes.
Oh, they're heavy, yes.
And when the guys at Amazon put 2 of those cases in a box, you can tell the driver's just like, motherfucker, goddamn son of a bitch.
I'm sure they have like hand trucks they use.
No, they don't. They always
they
carry
do for
it.
ours.
He carries it up the driveway. I see it on the Ring doorbell every time. I'm like, oh, that guy hates me.
They hoof it up.
Yikes.
So.
Wow, you can just get like a water filter or something. You know?
No, but Hint has the flavor. That's why Selden
I
wants
thought
that
you said
hint of flavor.
Yeah.
I thought you said Hinkley or something. I thought you wanted like the. I see. I thought you had like big jugs or something.
They have the regular hints, and then we have the infused vitamin infused hints also. So it's delicious.
That's why Selden glows. Yeah, you can
like
see
the liquid IV crap.
All
right.
Let's get back to this.
Next story.
Squid Game Unleashed reaches over 10 million installs. This is one of the Netflix's games that they put out. It's now ranked, I believe, the 5th most downloaded game through the Netflix subscription as a mobile game. 10 million installs is quite nice, and it coincides with the release of season 2 of Squid Games. Currently, it looks like, as of the printing of the story, 7.4 million of those installs were from Apple App Store users and 3.3 million from the Google Play Store. So it's looking pretty good, and America comes in with 1.8 million, Brazil with 1.1 million. So, as a Netflix subscriber, I mean that's a pretty good benefit. I'm thinking, you get a couple dollar game for free. So
nice.
I have it downloaded. I haven't played it yet, so
you're one step ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm okay. I've watched the shows, and that's enough for me. No thanks.
And maybe we'll talk about it in the after show. I don't know if you guys talked about it last week. I wasn't here, but
no.
Did you watch season 2 yet?
Yes.
I'm 1 episode in.
Oh,
killing me. But we'll talk about it in the after
You just go la 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 la.
Good for Netflix. It's putting out another successful game.
Yeah, it's a thing I always forget exists. So yeah.
I was just on Netflix the other day looking at it on my computer, and I did not realize how many games are on there. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. And there's a lot of games that I go, can it really play that? Like, it seems like it's a little high tech for streaming through a video service or whatever, but I don't know how it works. I haven't tried them. I know they're on there. I just didn't ever click on them.
A lot of them aren't. A lot of the Netflix games aren't actually streaming. They're just Netflix subscription, and then you download the full game to your phone or your PC. So it's not necessarily just streaming. It's just a platform to authorize you to download. Because most of I know the Android version of Netflix, you're downloading the games from the game store, Google Store.
Okay. So. There are a lot of games in there that they have, which a lot of good ones. I was going through the list and going, I definitely have played like 10 of these, and I like them.
We'll take advantage of it. Yeah.
And if I didn't already own them or didn't have them through Game Pass or something like that, I would definitely do this. I need to tell people that I know, like, this is a good game. You should play this. I mean, I knew they had stuff like Oxenfree and Kentucky Route Zero, which I love, that are on there. And I think, okay, those are things you could play in a browser. I didn't realize it was a whole, just it authenticates you and you just download the game.
Yep.
So But I mean, there's a ton of good stuff on here. So anyway,
Nice.
yeah.
All right.
All
Next
right.
story.
You can now sign up to test Elden Ring's co-op spin-off. From Software has found a new delivery system for punishing boss fights, which cool. Says you can join them. It's January 10th. Well, you have to register before January 20th. I think it's between the 10th and the 20th. And then it's the 14th through 17th of February. So, Valentine's Day, you get dumped or something, you can play Elden Ring all weekend.
Yes.
Co-op with
But
somebody
you don't have a co-op partner anymore.
You don't have a co-op partner.
Well, that's true. But that's the time to find new co-op partners. But
Oh.
if you didn't get dumped, and it's the other way, yeah, play with
Yeah, you got
play with your wife, you can play with whoever, yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it's win-win. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Says,
meet that someone special and they're able to deal with you yelling at them to attack the boss the right way.
Yeah.
Then
Don't hit him there. He's gonna freak out. It says you can play a portion of the game prior to full game launch. Portion, don't know what that will contain exactly, but it says they'll get to try the game's co-op experience. So 2 players to tackle a 3-day cycle filled with increasingly challenging enemies and bosses. It's called Night Rain. REIGN. The REIGN. So rain like that. Yeah, the revamped setting called Limveld. That's design changes every time you play. It's kind of cool.
So it's like a roguelike?
I guess, yeah. Must be.
Yeah.
Unique abilities called Ultimates. 1 of 8 characters. So it sounds like it's much different than actual Elden Ring. But I mean, Elden Ring right now is sort of co-op. You can play most of it co-op, but this will be a different experience, I would imagine. I kind of want them to bring back Kingsfield, which is their first series that they did back on PlayStation, which I never played. And it's super, super old looking and feeling now, and it's not really playable anymore. I mean, you could play it. It'd be a nostalgic thing, and since I never played it back then, I would just think it would be very, very janky. But I kind of want them to bring back that series, just do something else with that. Random aside,
shit
never
comes back all the time.
That's true.
Does From Software ever bring anything back though? I don't think I've ever heard of them revamping or reskinning the game and reissuing it. Have they?
They brought back Demon Souls. They did Demon Souls. 5.
Yeah.
And that was like 10 years old. So, but that was more of like a remaster. I don't know.
It was more of a remaster, yeah. All right, last story. I'm going to phone this one in. PUBG will get AI-powered NPCs. Yeah. So they're outsourcing this. It's going to be in the cloud. They're going to be pulling all this fancy AI smarts into their NPCs. I'm surprised someone hasn't done this already, unless it's compute expensive and they can't. But PUBG just needs some way to stand out against all the other big boys. So,
how old is PUBG now?
39 years old.
they're bordering on Grand Theft Auto age type at this point, aren't they?
No, I think it's like 7 years old, something like that. Because I remember it came out right when I was at one of my my last job before this one, and that was about 7 years ago.
Yeah, but it was in beta for a couple years before the official release.
I mean, I was
because I played that. I played it a long.
Did it ever officially come out, or is it still in beta? Do we know?
No.
I only remember it being in beta, so
I think it's still in beta.
It's probably
that's why they're adding AI now.
It's like version 9.999.
No, it would be version 0.9.
I meant that. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yes. I meant 0.99.
Yes,
Yes.
I mean, good for them. I think this is a good move because, like, they haven't really had I don't remember them having NPCs really in the game before, but adding powered NPCs might be actually pretty good. I mean,
it might be better than Fortnite's had
bots in there for years already, so like this is just hopefully a more intelligent bot, so might be
that's
pretty good.
Exactly what it is sure anyone can make bots, but bots don't play like people. And if you have a generative AI that has a data set of what people do, and that's what's powering your bots, that's going to be a much more realistic scenario. So,
Well, I should just go in and fuck up the bot's programming.
yeah. See,
Like, this guy jumps off the building every time from the 3rd floor. I got to do that too.
meanwhile, that same bot's going to come teabag you after he kills you. It depends on what the model they trained it with is. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if any of you have stories like this that you want to talk about in the future, give us a call, 773-527-2961, or email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You can also comment on this episode's thread in the Tool to Play homepage. And sponsors. If we had them, we'd pimp them, but we don't, so we won't. But if you have something you want to sell, give us a call, 773-527-2961. Email us at podcast@tooltoplay.com. You tell us what you're selling. We'll tell you what you're going to pay us. We'll sell it. You pay us. Boom. Done. Twitter us up. You can find everything Toolplay at twitter.com/tooltoplay. Everything podcast raised at twitter.com/still_got_game. Facebook the fuck out of us, facebook.com/tool-to-play. We also have a YouTube channel, youtube.com/tool-to-play. That is the home of all of our archive video content. It is like on-demand video for crack addicts. You can get any sort of Tool to Play video content there on
Disclaimer,
demand.
no crack. There's no crack.
Yeah, there's actually no crack. On demand at your slightest whim. So whether it's episodes of this show, hits, quick hits, thick and thin with LB and Duty, Tiff's immature interviews, or any other shows, they're all there.
Done.
Something that look was for you.
I was ignoring you. Sorry.
Okay,
What?
I see. Please rate and review the podcast in iTunes. Give us 5 stars. And if you have a little extra time, write something nice with it. I'm sure that shitty Google has like an Android app store thing and podcast thing, and you can go there and probably rate and review a podcast. Give us however many stars they offer, the highest, and then write something nice. We know that Amazon has podcasts based on listener feedback. I still can't find them. I found them one day and I can never find them again, but go there and rate us. Stitcher, Spotify, any of these places. Just rate us high and write something nice if you have extra time.
Share it to your favorite social outlet.
Exactly. We have a Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/still_got_game. That's one of the many places we broadcast live each and every week. We also have a Discord channel. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. That's discord.me/stillgotgame. You can hop in there, chat with the folks on the show, share deals, learn gaming deals. You can talk about gaming news stories, suggest stories for the next episode. You can talk with other fans of the show. So definitely join us, discord.me/stillgotgame. All right, Selden, you got anything you want to pimp this week?
No, it's pretty late. You can find all my socials at Linktree/Selden007. And that'll have a link to all my socials and any charitable organizations that I'm trying to back up. Why does he keep disappearing, man? He's been doing it all show.
Oh, I think that's the only time.
I think he's coughing or sneezing or blowing.
I was sneezing, yes. So I
gotcha.
muted myself and dropped my video, so it wasn't awkward.
I didn't
for
see
you
you drop
guys
before. I was like, what happened?
No, that's like the
Well,
third
on that
time
note,
this
I'd like
show.
to promote being healthy this season. Wear a mask if you have to. Sanitize your hands. Wash your hands.
Yep.
Stop the spread.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Wash your damn hands.
Agreed.
No, that's pretty much all I got. So what about you there, Shadow?
Yeah, same for me. Linktree/Brian with an I S Emerick, EMERICK. Everything's there. I'm in the process of maybe updating that page and adding some things and removing some things, but I think my Blue Sky's up there now. So if you want to follow me there, I don't go on the X place anymore. So not that I post a whole lot on there, but if you want to friend me or follow me or whatever, I'm on
I
there.
think your achievements are still on X, though. I think it's still posting to your achievement.
Oh, probably.
look
No,
at you
actually,
contributing.
I just deleted
Yes.
it. No, I just deleted that recently. So that link's gone. Blue Sky's actually on there now for true achievements. So Yeah. Anyway, so I'm on there. It's Brian S. Emmerich there as well. So
Nice.
find me on Blue Sky. And be safe, be safe, and be if you need help, upcoming issues that will probably be happening. If you need help, find some help. Talk to people. Don't get depressed if, if things are bothering you. So
Fair
it's a
enough.
gloomy time right now in January.
Yep.
January's always cold here, at least.
Here too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sunshines
How
and
about you?
rainbows out here on the island.
How about you? How about you, dear?
Well, all of my stuff and all the show stuff is at Linktree/Derek Nolan. Uh, I, as far as something that's not in my Linktree yet, uh, everyone knows that there's been these crazy wildfires in California. I have a lot of friends that have been affected, people that have been evacuated. And fortunately, none of my like direct friends, their homes have burned down yet, but there's like almost 10,000 things that have burned down. I know Kev got evacuated last week. I know Ben Affleck got evacuated. He's actually with his ex-wife.
Is he staying at your house with all those sheets you have to wash?
He's
really?
staying with Jennifer Garner and their
Oh,
three
wow.
kids, his ex-wife. So,
Wow.
but yeah, there's a lot of people affected, and not everybody. Like I know a lot. Like you read this shit online, they're like, oh yeah, Malibu, they got what they deserve. Like, no, that's not right. It's not right at all.
No.
And there's plenty of people that don't have a shitload of money that live in the Palisades area or any of these these fire-ridden areas. Like, I have an app on my phone where I'm tracking fires, and I put in all my friends' addresses, and I can see who's in a warning and who's getting evacuated and who's affected. But if you have money and you can give it, I know the LA Fire Department has a bunch of links to fundraisers in the area. That's lafd.org. Definitely go there and help these people out. Like, there's a lot of shelters that have been opening up. There's a lot of restaurants that have been serving free food, whether it's at school cafeterias or other shelters. But this is like nothing we've ever seen. And we all saw Maui. Was that last year or the year before? And that seemed insane and ludicrous. And now this LA thing is just nuts. So if you have some money and you can share it, yeah, definitely help these folks out. People are being displaced. Schools are gone. Entire schools have burned down. People's houses have burned down. They've lost everything. So yeah, just if you just think back a month ago when you were celebrating the holidays and how glorious things were for you and your family and everything else, imagine having all that torn out from under you. So just think of these people in the LA area with these wildfires and give something their way if you can. That's all I can put a point on this. So
Yep, for sure.
all right, I want to remind you all, you can join us most Monday nights live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. YouTube.com/tool2play, Facebook.com/tool2play, Twitch.tv/still_got_game, and Kick.com/still_got_game. No show next week for Martin Luther King Day week. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. But on that, why don't we wrap this Selden Finally Showed Up in 2025 episode up? I am Derek D. Smooth Nolan.
I am not Dude I Rock, Chris Selden007 Selden.
I'm very confused, but I'm also Shadow. Brian Shadow Emmerich.
Peace and help LA.